What's up, guys? It's TechnoViking23 coming to you today with a little bit of Raid Shadow Legends, and we're going to be jumping back into the Doom Tower this evening and continuing our journey, hopefully up through the tower. Now, you may remember we did get stuck on Agrath, the Nether Spider, so I'm going to put a little picture up here showing that I did actually manage to finally defeat her. Oddly enough, by putting in a completely ungeared Seal of the Drakes. That was the key, which allowed my cold heart to stay alive and cleansed long enough to do some major damage. But the problem was I had wasted kind of so much time getting through that boss, I fell behind on keys. So now I'm in a spot where I have 10 keys, but if I run through my keys, it's going to put me in the middle of the next set of floors, so I'm not going to be able to do a boss like every single time, so it's kind of split. So tonight what we're going to do, this will also help shorten the video a little bit, is we're just going to do floor 66 to 70, and we're going to take on the levels, the floor 70 boss, which I believe is the Magma Dragon, who presents a whole new set of issues. And we'll go through these 5 floors and see what they have in store for us. We did get Secret Room 7 unlocked, but unfortunately this is a Skinwalkers only room, and the only Skinwalkers I have built really are Fane, Yaga the Insatiable, and Norog. So I don't really have enough to kind of go through this whole thing. So I'm not even going to really try that tonight, because we'll just probably lose on the very first wave most likely. But let's go ahead and just jump into the normal tower here. We've got the cat here with us, of course. As soon as we started recording, she woke up from her nap and came over here to block the computer screen. So why don't you get out of the way here, sweetie? So let's keep on progressing here. The waves are getting quite a bit tougher as we go up through the tower. We are now on floor 66. We've got about, I think, 2 weeks and a couple days left in this, so we're going to try to see how far we can get. Got a pretty good idea now of exactly what some of these bosses are going to be offering in these waves. So hopefully that'll help us progress a little bit. Now, some exciting news today I will go over. We did get a new champion that's going to help us out quite a bit here during the 2X event, and that is Septimus. So we are in the process of building him right now. I did get him up to 6 stars already and most of the way ascended. Haven't really put any gear on him yet, but this is a guy that could absolutely destroy some of these bosses, so I'm really excited to get him in the team and start working with him here pretty soon. But let's just, we're going to keep on going with our usual team here. We've got kind of put Madam Saris and Rosin in now, because we want to have that ability to strip buffs anytime there's multiple champions. Like we've been having a lot of champions with Unkillable that we've been having to go against. There's been some kind of annoying waves with like double or triple res characters, so we just kind of start working on our team composition now where we can block some of these buffs and you know, lengthen the turn meter and cooldowns and everything. So got a pretty good run going. You can see here like all these man-eaters, they're going to throw up that buff, but we're able to strip it right off, which is pretty good. So that's going to help us continue to go on through this wave. You know, Ella guys, again, I say it a million times, just complete MVP for this content. And I'm thinking the new Pixneal Fusion is going to be somewhere along the same lines. I'm guessing she's going to be useful in this tower when they bring out some of the newer bosses. And I would imagine the content's going to kind of change with this over time. It's, you know, when the next tower comes out, it's probably going to be a little different. I think it'll be in 2021 at that point, and it'll be interesting to see if they have the new bosses ready for it at that point. But they'll have basically an entire month of Doom Tower, a lot of data to test, I'm sure. I'm interested to see if they tune any of it in terms of the difficulty or the bosses, you know, what they're going to do with the mechanics. So far it's been pretty fun to you know, just play, and like even getting stuck on the Nether Spider for a couple days, you know, we had to go rebuild a couple of champions and eventually get it done. Oddly enough, like I said, with an ungeared character, that was pretty hilarious. But, you know, we were able to do a little thought process theory crafting, and we managed to get it done. So that's kind of the cool thing about this content. Now, I'm still pretty sore over having to spend a bunch of silver. Kitty, we got to get you out of the way here, okay? I'm sorry. She just wants to be in the center of attention. But like I was saying, the silver that you're having to use to re-gear champions, if you want to put them in different gear sets, and change their build up a little bit, it's just become such a hassle and such an expense to try to do that. So that can get pretty annoying. That's really the only big problem with the tower, besides some of the rewards being a little lackluster. But you know, overall, I think it's been a great content release for this game. It's something that we really needed for raid. But you can see, like, you know, I said the waves, they're getting a little bit more difficult. You know, we're up to like almost 180 on some of these champions, and then the bosses are going to get really strong as we go up higher into the tower. Like the one thing on the Nether Spider I noticed too is that you basically have to manual that boss fight every time you get to it. Most of these bosses, you're going to have to wind up doing a manual play, because if you don't, some of the characters' AI is kind of iffy, and you're not always going to get the best performance. Like with Agrith, you know, it's really important to kind of nuke her little spiderlings she brings down, and like I was using Elaine on her. When I tried it on auto, Elaine will not use her nuke, her like big A3 nuke. And so I'm just like, this is so silly. But they did say they were going to be working on some of the AI on some of the champions, so hopefully they'll be able to, you know, fix some of them. All right, we got a revive in there. This should be pretty much done and done here. Just got to get through these last couple characters here. Pretty smooth sailing so far. And, you know, we may not be doing these waves that fast, but you know, speed is, you just want to get it completed. Speed's not a huge thing. If you can run through it really fast, that's great, but we're kind of just looking to just kind of progress at a decent pace and get it completed. And we're just going to kind of keep using this team until we get to a point where they just don't work anymore. And it'll be interesting to see how high we can go in this tower. I know a couple people have finished normal tower already, if I can speak. Some people in my clan, I believe, have already finished, so that's pretty cool, pretty big accomplishment. I'm not quite sure how everybody's progressing on hard. I haven't been paying much attention to it. My focus has just kind of been on, you know, just working on the normal tower, trying to figure out some of these boss fights. Like the boss tonight, the Magma Dragon, he was really easy the first time we fought him. He was basically, we just went through and just nuked him really fast. He didn't really offer much, but I imagine the one tonight is going to be a little bit harder, and we're going to have to actually use some mechanics to get through him, just like we had on the Nether Spider, so we'll see how that goes. Got a lot of HP burn coming in here, but it shouldn't be too big of a problem. Got Raglan to help us out with a lot of this, so. But yeah, I see a lot of people, it's hilarious, like they're struggling with these waves because they have multitudes of the same champion. Everyone's like, how are you getting through this so easily? And I'm like, guys, I told everybody she was going to be good for this, but nobody wanted to listen. Nobody wanted to fuse her. They all said she was terrible because she didn't do enough damage. It's just kind of funny how, that seems to be how everybody rates a champion when they first get announced in the game. Looks like we could be in trouble here, actually. Unless we get a revive off, Raglan should hopefully be able to revive. Or Maiden, there we go. Yeah, Raglan is such a strong champion. She really helps us out in a lot of this stuff. But yeah, it's interesting how people test champions when they first come out. They'll test them and be like, oh, well, they can't do a bunch of damage, so they're no good. They don't clear waves in like 3 seconds, so they're not that good. It's like, that's not what a lot of us are actually concerned about, especially if we're on an earlier game, mid-game account. You kind of want some utility. You don't just want a champion that's going to be able to nuke everything in the game. It's not really what we're looking for. Okay, all right, we got a double Man-Eater, a Siphi, and a Rotos here. So this is going to get interesting. I guess, do we want to keep Roz? We got to keep Rosin in there, I guess, for the ability to take buffs away. So we'll just see how this goes. We can get in that decreased turn meter, decreased cooldowns. Oh, we got to take out this Cardinal here because she can revive. Yeah, we don't have a lot of damage in this comp we're running right now. War Maiden is kind of our damage dealer, but she is very fragile as well. She's kind of built for arena. And that's the thing, I haven't rebuilt too many of my champions for this content just yet, because like I said, I don't have enough silver to do that. So a lot of my champions, I'm just kind of using them in the builds that they're in. for like dungeons or the arena, wherever they get used, clan boss. It's kind of like my cold heart. I had to completely rebuild my cold heart for the Nether Spider, and now she's basically just a giant glass cannon that does a bunch of damage. She doesn't really have much turn meter reduction because I had to take all her accuracy off, but now she does a ton of damage, so a bit of a trade-off there. Yeah, War Maiden is going to get revived. Let's go after this Cardinal again. Oh, that's great. Yeah, these waves that have these revivers in them can get kind of annoying, but I'm sure the enemies are tired of my Raglan reviving everyone on my team, so I guess it's kind of a trade-off. But like I said, waves are definitely picking up in difficulty. You know, having Siffy and Rotos to deal with is not easy. But it's just kind of very slow, methodical team. Good decreased defense down there. We got a Lysandra to buff turn meter, so this is a, yeah, look at all these buffs that are going on. This is crazy. Look at all this. But that's kind of why we have Madame Ceres too, because she's like a guaranteed. You see Rotos can, or not Rotos, Rosin can remove those buffs as well. But everybody's got unkillable on themselves now, which is kind of ridiculous. There we can remove all those buffs. We just took away a bunch of buffs there with Elgato. And now we can go after Rotos and the Maneaters. We can get him out of there. Go after Lysandra now. But it's kind of like running endgame dungeons. You don't necessarily just need a bunch of damage. Now it's great, you know, a lot of people can come through here and nuke all this really quick, but kind of a slow and steady, a team that does a lot of debuffs, you know, a team that controls turn meter, that's going to be very helpful for you in the Doom Tower. Alright, I think next floor is going to be the boss floor. So let's just kind of jump out here. Oh, it's the spider tonight. I thought it was the Magma Dragon. Okay, I'm trying to remember. This is the Ice Spider. It wasn't really... Frost Spider, that's right. Okay, cool. I was kind of I thought we were going to have to fight the other guy. Okay, I'm trying to remember the team that I ran for this the last time. I know we had a bunch of HP burn. I think we had Bulwark. And I know we had Dark Elaine here because she is really good on this boss. Where'd she go? There she is. We need the HP burn. Where is Tila? Never thought I would be looking for a Tila Gourmet. It's pretty hilarious. Here she is. Alright, I'm trying to remember what else we used here. Drawing a complete blank. Oh, we also did pick up a Sathalia last week, so another character I need to build. I have so many 50s I need to try to bring up to 6-star now. It's kind of a struggle. I don't remember who else we used here. I think Norog is good on her, actually. And actually, let's put him in the lead because he's got the better... I want to do a video on Norog. This guy is one of the best legendaries in the game that absolutely no one ever talks about. I think maybe because he's in the Skinwalkers. But this guy has just got an incredible kit. All damage based on defense. Blocks cooldown skills. Blocks buffs. AoE blocks buffs on his A2. And then he's got this immunity to stun, freeze, sleep. Decreases damage by his allies. This guy, you could use this guy pretty much everywhere except for Fire Knight and the regular spider boss. He is absolutely awesome. Alright, do we want to bring damage? Or do we want to have... Well, let's keep Raglan in case we need to revive anybody. Alright, let's try this. Let's see what happens. She is Void Affinity. Let's try this and see what happens. Say that I autoed her last time up until the end to make sure we had the HP burn. This is the boss where if you don't have HP burn on her, when she gets killed, she will revive with 50% health, and it's very aggravating. But she also, having Dark Elaine makes this fight, it was pretty easy the last time we did it because she basically counterattacks on every freeze debuff. This is also a boss that Pixniel, the new fusion, would be really good against. go through here and get through these waves. But yeah, Norog is a great, and I don't really have him built out too well. I need to redo his gear. I had him built for Clan Boss, and then I rebuilt him for General Dungeons. And I just kind of need to put him in some top tier gear because he is absolutely amazing. He hits hard. He's got a great dungeon aura. You can build basically an all defense team around him. In terms of defense, like champions that do defensive damage, because he boosts that defense by 40%. And he just, you know, he hits hard, and all the guys that are around him will hit hard as well. Dark Elaine, she's great, but she is a glass cannon as well. She's not going to be able to take a whole lot of damage here. Alright, so we're just going to auto this for now and see how it goes. We've got 2 HP burn champions with Bulwark and Tila. See how this goes. Decrease max HP is not really helpful here. We just have Dark Elaine in for the counter attack whenever she gets frozen. Yeah, looks like this boss is quite a bit more durable this time. And my accuracy also, that's another thing you have to kind of watch as you get higher and higher in this tower, is your accuracy may not be high enough and your speed may not be high enough. That's something I noticed in the fight with the Nether Spider, was when I would come in the room, she would immediately spawn her spiderlings because I just didn't have enough speed on my champions to start. So everything is kind of a gear check at some point. Okay, we got an HP burn there. See, Norog's able to block the buffs on the spiderlings too, which is pretty cool. But we don't, this team doesn't have a lot of damage. That may turn into an issue here. We might need to bring in an Arminger for the max enemy HP damage. It's one of the reasons I'm excited about getting Septimus built too, because he is going to be able to hit like a truck. But yeah, we're not hitting very hard here. But you know, sometimes slow and steady wins the race. That's kind of what we're going for. 3.5 minutes. The only problem with the longer boss fights is that they become kind of hard to auto battle when you want to just run through and do your 10 real quick. But she's resisting a lot of my debuffs. It's just where we don't have a lot of accuracy. Kind of need to get that built in. Oh, Tila stole her buff. That's kind of cool. Yeah, see, Dark Elaine's hitting those spiders for quite a bit of damage and reducing the speed too. Every time I say I want to make a short video, these battles all wind up taking forever. But that's kind of to be expected, you know, you're not going to just run through the content really quick. And, you know, we can experiment with teams too. There might be a better composition than what we're running here that can do a little more damage. I mean, that's really our biggest issue right now. We just do not have a whole lot of damage. With her being Void Affinity, she's not really that weak to anything. It's kind of the thing on some of the bosses when they have an affinity that you're strong against, you could get through them a little bit quicker. Like you see, it's Norog, he resists those buffs. Like, he's just such a great champion overall. But see, the thing is that why Dark Elaine is nice here, she basically shuts down these little spiderlings. They don't get to do too much during this fight. So is just more of a kind of a slow, kind of boring. Not a whole lot happens here. Alright, got the HP burn. At some point we'll pull this off of automatic so that we can make sure we kill her, because this is taking so long. I don't want to have to do this again. Oh man. Okay, there's a pretty solid shot there. Come on guys, let's start throwing out a little more damage here than what we're doing. Maybe I should have brought a poisoner. I don't know. You can second guess yourself so much. I did 128,000 there. That's a pretty big hit. Alright, you know what? I may just go ahead and take it off auto so we have... I want to kind of save some of these skills for later. We'll kind of save those AoE attacks for when she brings the spiders back. And then we'll save Tila's HP burn as well for the end here. I think she's got one more turn on that cooldown. Get around to her again. Let's hope we don't do too much damage here. See, Bulwark's got 2 turns on his. God, I hope we don't do too much damage. It all becomes kind of a thing at the end here where you don't want to. I think I can kill her in 2 turns here, hopefully. So we got the HP burn on. See if we can get some big hits here now. You try to take her down before that comes off of her. She is so low. Alright, there we go. Nice. It took a little longer than last time, almost 8 minutes, but we did manage to beat her. We got an epic book, and we did get 10 of the frost spines that we can use in the forge. So that's pretty cool. May have to come back in and try this again with a different team to see if we can do it a little bit faster, but I did want to at least get these couple of floors knocked out tonight and show off the next boss on floor 70. So if we go back out to the tower now, next time I do it, we can just start right on 71 and go up through the next boss, which I guess this is going to be the magma dragon. I would think at this point it's got to be the magma dragon, just because we haven't fought him in a while. We had the Nether Spider. I wonder if this will show. So this was the team I used here. Basically Raglan in there kind of for the cleanse and to revive. Then we had Miscreated Monster for shields. Ally protection. We had a lane mainly for nuke to kill the spiderlings. And then we had Cold Heart in there for her max HP damage. You can see here 3 minutes 20 seconds. That was our run. And like I said, we had Syl in there. She is 60 and fully ascended, but she has no gear. So I thought it was pretty funny. That's how strong she is as a champion, as a login reward, is you can put her in with no gear and she can still do some pretty amazing things. So pretty cool. We did not do Secret Room 6 either because our Spirit Champion lineup is not great right now. So things that we need to work on for next time we go through the Doom Tower. But guys, that is going to be floors 65 through 70. And again, fighting the Frost Spider and victorious once again. As always, if you guys have any questions about anything in this video, feel free to let me know down below, and I'll do my best to answer any questions. As always, I hope you guys are having a great day. Thanks as always for watching, and I will see you again next time.